To make a standard double crochet, you will actually work into your turning chains and include those turning chains as the first stitch of your row. So to get started, make your slip knot, and you're going to make the designated number of chains that you need for your project. And in my case, I'm going to make 5 just for a sample. And then you will also make an additional 2 chains. So to begin, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to skip the very first 3 chains. So here's chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. And you will go into the 4th chain from the hook. So just insert your hook under the top loop of the chain and yarn over and pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, and then yarn over and pull through the other 2 loops. Now, this beginning 3 chains that we skipped, that is actually going to count as the first stitch of this row, unlike a single crochet and half double crochet, where the turning chain just kind of hangs out to bring it up to height. This is actually on double crochet and treble crochet. It actually counts as the first stitch. Okay, so working now the 3rd stitch, going to find your next chain that you need to work into right there, and you'll do a yarn over and insert your hook under the top loop of the chain and yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Go to the next stitch, yarn over, and insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And here's the very last chain that we need to work into. So yarn over, insert your hook under that very top loop of that last chain, and yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So you'll have a count of 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stitches. And notice that that very last stitch is actually the turning chain. Okay, so to go to row number 2, we're going to chain 3 and turn our work. Now this chain 3 is actually going to count as the first stitch of the row. So looking at it from the top, where it looks like a series of chains, you're going to yarn over and you're going to skip that chain 3, but you're also going to skip the 2 top loops of that stitch from the first row. It's that 2 top loops is making the base of your very first stitch, which is the turning chains right here. So from the top, you'll yarn over, and it looks like you're going to go into the 5th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you'll just insert your hook under the 2 top loops and yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So for the next stitch, yarn over. I always have to flip my work so I can see the 2 top loops. Go to the next stitch, insert your hook under the 2 top loops, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. next stitch, yarn over, find your next 2 top loops, insert your hook underneath of them, and yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, and here's where it differs from single crochet and half double crochet. Normally in single crochet and half double crochet you ignore that turning chain, but in this case we're actually going to work into the very top of the 3rd chain. So you've got down here chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. So you're going to yarn over and you're going to insert your hook under that chain 3, and you're actually working right into that turning chain. And you'll have yarned over and pulled up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And that completes row 2. So you've got 5 stitches going across, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, that stitch on the edge is the turning chain. And that's how you'll just repeat row 2 all over again for every row. You'll just start by making your 3 turning chains, turn your work, yarn over, and you will go into the 5th, what will look like the 5th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. And you just will complete that all the way across. And I'm going to go ahead and complete this all the way across, and I'll show you one more time working into that turning chain. And this method of crochet makes a much straighter edge versus if you would make a turning chain and not work into the turning chain. It just makes the edge a lot straighter. What it also does is it makes it have these kind of a holy look. I'll show you in a second here when I'm finished with this last stitch. Okay, so we're on the last stitch here of the row. I've got 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here's my turning chain. I'm going to yarn over, and you'll see if you look at that turning chain, if you flip it to the other side, you'll see chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3 of the turning chain. So you have your yarn over, and just insert your hook into that very top loop, the very 2 top loops of that 3rd turning chain. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so you can see where we've got the turning chains right here, and right down at the bottom. You can see it makes a very lacy looking edge, and it skips every other row. Like you can see down here, it looks like it's filled in. This looks like it's filled in at the top, but you see where that chain 3 is, it makes like kind of a hole, and so it gives it a really pretty lacy look. Here's the hole on this side over here, and the hole on the chain 3 right there. So you can see the real pretty lacy look, and you can really get creative with this. You can, run ribbon through that if you want to, or just leave it for the real pretty lacy look that it has. But you can see it has a much straighter edge on the sides versus if you were to have worked this having a turning chain on the side. When you have that turning chain on the side, as you can see in my other video, it really has a very curvy looking edge. So this is how you work a standard double crochet stitch.